Lots of randomness in this week's video, answering some questions, unpacking finally some boxes in the studio, and more pole barn framing. So first a little intro as to who I am, and then let's get to the video. Hi there, I'm Stacy, the encaustic mixed media artist behind Studio Stacy. Encaustic literally means to burn in. So I paint with beeswax and a torch, and because it's mixed media, pretty much anything else I can get my hands on. If you're new around here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Consider subscribing and joining this artsy community. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, which helps me get introduced to more like-minded artsy folks like yourself. Good morning. The hair is going up into a ponytail, boots are going on, and we are going to start back to work in the pole barn. Good news is we got most of the exterior walls framed up, and so now we're working on some of the interior walls. I guess technically they're all interior walls, but the exterior interior walls, if that makes any sense. At any rate, we're starting to frame some of the interior areas like the bathroom and the kitchen walls. We'll see how far we get today. I just wanted to take a second and address some of your wonderfully nice comments about our skill level and our abilities and our knowledge of framing and of converting this pole barn into a living space. And I just wanted to take a moment and say those comments are so appreciative and also kind of somewhat not true. To be honest with you, we really don't have those skills. We really have no idea what we're doing. We just have more of a can do and we can just figure it out kind of attitude, which is usually a good thing. We also are not afraid to ask questions, and we watch a whole lot of how-to videos here on YouTube. So again, thank you for those very nice comments. Please keep them coming because they really are very encouraging to us. But I also just want to continue to try to encourage you to stretch out of your comfort zone, because if you put your mind to it, really anything is possible. And I truly believe that. So please go out of your comfort zone a little, try something new. I think it will be worth your while. And I think you will gain a lot of confidence in it. So again, thanks for the comments and the words of encouragement. On a completely different side note, our lumber is rather crooked. So you'll see me using clamps a lot. And this just kind of helps stick the lumber, or gives me a little bit more leverage to twist the lumber back and forth. So this is why the very large clamps get out. Anyways, back to the video. Hope you're enjoying.
Hey, can I get you anything?
I need a handsaw. I need to chop half an inch off of here. Handsaw, please.
All right, I'll be right back.
Thanks.
This one? This one? We can work together.
You cat to be kidding me right now. Really?
I think I got it.
Thank you. All right, we are going to call it for this evening. I'm gonna flip the camera around and give you a tour of the bathroom. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get to the kitchen area, but I don't know if that'll happen in this video or another video, but stay tuned for that. Okay, quick tour. So it's probably hard to see. Shh, I'm doing a video.
Cleaning.
Okay, back to the quick tour. Hard to see through the framing, but basically in this space here, there's gonna be a pocket door which will slide into here. So you walk into the bathroom and there is the lovely shower, which we still have to nail in the flanges and stuff like that, but it's a nice size shower. And then backing up, okay, try not to make you too dizzy. There is where the vanity is going to be, and it looks a little bit tight, and unfortunately it's kind of going to be a little bit tight. The golf clubs aren't going to be there. What will be there instead is a washer and dryer, and then the toilet will be sitting right there. Also hot water tank, I think, and maybe a storage cabinet over in that corner. But let me flip the camera back over this way. All right, see that big gap there? That is why, behind the shower, why unfortunately there's gonna be a tight space between the vanity and the shower, because when the concrete guys moved our drain around, they moved it in the wrong direction. And so obviously the drain has to go where it's at because it's in the concrete. And so it's just gonna be a little bit close to the vanity, but we are making the best of it and it's still gonna work out just fine. So the lesson there with the shower, drain, and concrete guys is we kind of questioned it a little bit, but thought they knew what they were doing, and we should have really been a little bit more proactive and a little bit more headstrong, if you will, and taken measurements before they poured the concrete and not put complete faith in them, although we felt like we could have. But at any rate, lesson for all you guys out there, if you're working on any home repair projects or remodeling projects, it's okay to question your contractors, and they should not get offended if you do question them. They should actually just take that as a lesson to help you learn, and maybe you might teach them something too. So speak up, it's worth it. At any rate, I'm gonna stop rambling and ranting here, and we'll pick you guys up in a little bit, I think probably in the studio. I will see you sometime this week. Hi, coming to you from a slightly different location today. I thought I would take the time to answer a couple questions that I got. And if you guys have any questions that you don't want to drop down in the comments, definitely feel free to email me them, and I can certainly answer them either here on YouTube or I can email you back. That is not a problem at all. Email is Stacy, S-T-A-C-Y, @studiostacy.com. So yeah, definitely feel free to email me if you don't want to leave a question down below in the comments, but also feel free to leave a question down there, whether it's about, you know, life here in West Virginia, or encaustic questions or studio questions, pole barn framing questions, although I'm not an expert in that area, but I can answer to the best of my knowledge. So anyways, back to the reason why I popped on here. And that is, I got a couple of questions about how we are surviving without indoor plumbing. So I thought I would show you what we are using, and to kind of clarify the comment that I made, I think a couple of videos back, about not having indoor plumbing and being excited to have indoor plumbing. Which is why I'm coming to you from this location, which is the inside of our camper where we are living out of. So the inside of our camper does have a small bathroom, which we are able to fill the camper up with water because we have the well water here. So we are able to do things like shower and use the bathroom. We are, however, taking short showers, trying to conserve the water in the camper because we don't have a full-size water tank here. And as you can see, we have a small sink, and there is a RV style toilet here in the camper. Now we're not using that much, again for the same reason, because we do have a black tank that we can't empty into our septic, but it's a little bit of a process to do that, if you will. Not that big of a deal, but you know, living in a camper, everything takes a little extra time than living in a quote-unquote normal house. Not that we are regretting it, we are loving it. Then the other option that we have, which we use more frequently for a bathroom, is we have a composting toilet up in the cabin area, and that is a little bit easier to maintain. So it's a Nature's Head composting toilet. I'm not going to go into great detail about how it works, but basically it's a composting toilet. And if you're curious about it and want, I can, get you some further information. But if you just Google Nature's Head composting toilet, you'll see what I'm talking about. And as far as other things, like what you would use indoor plumbing for, like laundry. Laundry is a little bit tricky. I feel like I'm back in college days, going to the laundromat and stockpiling all of the dirty laundry, taking huge loads to the laundromat, and then bringing them back here and hang drying a lot of things. It's a whole process. But again, no regrets on that. The other thing I'm doing with laundry is for smaller things, and for those of you that travel a lot and for extended trips, you've probably done this yourself perhaps. But I know a lot of travel people do this, where they will wash smaller items in their bathroom sink or in the shower. And so I've been doing that, and again also conserving water, because while you're showering you're washing your clothes. So don't judge, it works. Try it out. So hopefully that answered the indoor plumbing questions. And again, if you have any others, just let me know down there in the comments or drop me an email. Good morning. It has been several days since I last picked you up. I believe I was unloading boxes from our storage unit. So at any rate, I'm finally getting around to unpacking those boxes in the studio, and I thought at first I would take you into the pole barn to show you the framing that we've gotten done and kind of the layout of how that's going to work. Alright, hopefully you can hear me okay. The birds are loudly chirping out there. So you walk into the door here, and this is going to be a little workshop area. Alright, hopefully you can kind of tell, because I know that obviously it's just framed walls and there's nothing in between. So it's kind of see-through, if you will. But basically then, from the workshop area / mudroom area, you walk in to this door, and this is the living space in the back corner, but you'll walk into the kitchen area up front here. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. So right where that red toolbox is, that's going to be a kitchen wall, and then this window will be another kitchen wall. So it's a somewhat small kitchen, but it's going to work out perfectly. And I realize right now everything in this pole barn looks like a workshop because there's tools everywhere. And then where this stack of lumber is, and there's the big overhead garage door that right there slides open. This is where the area where the camper will be parked. And so where the camper will be parked is going to be open, and it'll be open right on into that kitchen area and the living room area. And you might recognize that little mini wood stove there. That came out of the shed/studio. And we're going to put it into this pole barn renovation in the corner there in the living space. And then in this back corner, you have the bathroom, which of course you saw us framing. And you may be wondering, what the heck is all that lumber for if you have all of the walls done and framed up? And to answer that, we'll go up a bit. So up above that workshop area, we're going to have storage. And so we're going to be putting some floor joists on there for storage. And then again, up top here, across that bathroom and all the way across the living space and part of the kitchen space, we're going to have a loft up there. And we're just waiting to get a very large beam delivered to put up in that space, and then we're going to be attaching floor joists up there. So stay tuned for that project. We'll see how we're going to get a 24-foot beam up 9 feet. So we'll find out. So hopefully all that made sense, and you can kind of see the vision or somewhat of the layout here in the pole barn. We're starting to make some progress. I didn't film a whole lot of the rest of the framing because honestly, once you've seen one wall get framed, it's pretty repetitive. So yeah, didn't think that would be super interesting for all of you. So at any rate, back to the studio now to get some unpacking done, and I'll pick you back up when I get over there. if you are fairly new around here, you may not recognize those sketches. But those are sketches that I did in my old Ohio studio. And the plan is to turn them into larger paintings. At least that was the plan before we left Ohio. I'm hoping to still do that here in this studio, but just unpacking them is bringing me some joy. So I just thought I'd kind of fill you in on a little bit of the backstory on those sketches, and I keep looking over there because they're sitting there. So anyways, yeah, they're bringing me joy. I'll also try to remember to stick a link in here. I think it'll be over there, maybe over here. I'm pretty sure over there. At any rate, I'll try to remember to put a link in here of the playlist of me creating those sketches in case you've missed them, or maybe you want to rewatch them. So I'll try to remember to do that, but I do have a playlist for this new series of sketches if you're interested. Well, guys, I was at least smart and labeled things. And even these teal rolling carts, I've labeled A and B and all of it. So hopefully this won't take too long to put together. Alright, as you can see behind me there, the studio is still a huge mess. So I'm going to keep going on unpacking, and but I do think this is where I'm going to leave you for this video. Alright, here's the mess. These are empty boxes. Well, some of them are not empty. I take that back. For the most part, some of them are emptied. And then here is the state of the rest of the studio area. It's getting there. I'm trying not to get too overwhelmed by it all. It's getting there. So I know this video was chock full of lots of randomness. And I hope it's going to be coherent. And I hope that you liked it. So if you did, you guys know what to do. Please give it a great big thumbs up. It really, really, really does help me out. Stay tuned for next week when hopefully I'll be releasing a video of finishing unpacking the studio, and there's a lot of really exciting things going on in the pole barn that will be happening next week, and I'm hoping to again release that video. If for some reason I don't, I will post it in the community tab, but the easiest way to know if I release a video or not is to subscribe and then hit that button down there. So if you've not subscribed, consider doing so, and if you haven't hit that button down there to notify you when I release a new video, think about doing that as well. And guess what? The paintbrush is back. So again, thanks so very, very much for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.